day one like for you?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. We got a bunch of coaches and players who love football, and it's really nice to get out here for the first time and throw the ball around and get plays called and get in and out of the huddle, and it was a great start.
How much help transition-wise when you got a guy like Sean Mannion, such experience in quarterback in the league?
Well, he's a super person. He's a tremendous player. He's really smart. So he already knows the offense very well, and he's a natural leader, so he got everybody going today, and he did a great job.
How do you balance that, them already having a system that they're used to versus you bringing in what you want to bring in too? How do you balance that?
Well, it's a great system. I keep reminding myself every day that he threw for 4,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. So we don't have to change a lot. It's a system that I'm going to learn, and in the process of learning it all and keeping the terminology and all that, because all the concepts are the same. I've run them for years. We just call them differently. So really enjoy it so far, and the guys are picking it up, and we had a good first day.
What is the next step for Sean? When you kind of, again, people have talked about how detail-oriented you are. What are some things that he can really work on?
Well, I tell him every day, I said, do you realize that you threw for 4,600 yards? And then after we watched the tape, I said, do you know what? It could have been 6,000. So there's always room for improvement. He always has to have the mentality that he has to improve every aspect of his game. All right, we're in search of the perfect play, the perfect rep, the perfect technique, the perfect game, yet we're never going to get there. But it's the pursuit of that which always is the carrot that makes you play better.
And looking at the other guys, what is your goal for the rest of that quarterback staff?
Well, we have to have one of them emerge as the clear-cut backup. So it's going to be a good competition there between Brent, Kyle, and Luke. So it'll be a situation where they're going to get reps and see who emerges. You know, we got to have Brent and Kyle really show that they can go into a game and run the offense if anything, God forbid, happened to Sean.
Can a guy win or lose that in these 15 practices?
Well, certainly, because they're being evaluated in everything they do, from how they hand the ball off to their disposition in the huddle, how they lead, how they throw the ball. So certainly, this is a lot of football. It's a whole month of football. How well they retain the offense, how they take it from the meeting to the field, and then how they perform and how they lead the group. So yes, of course, somebody can make great strides in this period of time.
How would you describe your coaching style? Mike Riley mentioned detail-oriented just a moment ago, and it seemed like you brought a lot of energy out there on the field today. How would you describe your coaching style?
Well, I just follow one thing, that I love to be coached as a player, so it's our job and our responsibility as coaches to coach them every play. Whether it's encouragement, hey, that's exactly the way it should be done, or hey, we have to do this instead of that, or you make the correction. So it's enthusiastic and it's energetic, because we want a group of coaches that love football and just almost swarms to the players who just executed a play to make sure that they know that they did it right, or that we have to make a correction. Just every play, all the time, making sure that they get it and have an opportunity to improve.
John, pardon me if it's already been answered, but Luke, your initial thoughts about him?
Well, Luke is a fine player coming out of high school, and we're really glad to have him. He's going to add great depth to the position, and he showed some good physical skills today, and he really showed a good aptitude to be able to call plays and pick up the system, which is not surprising because of his football background. So I'm looking forward to him just accelerating his development as he gets more comfortable with the system.
I know Coach Riley has said he wants you guys to be more balanced, obviously. That's the goal. When you look at the running back position, just what are you looking for, whether it's Storm, Teron Ward, just what are you looking for from those guys this
Well, we have a veteran group. We got Woods and Ward, and then Chris also. So those guys can all run, and they've been proven in games that they've had success. So to have three guys that can do it is a is of great value to us. What we look for there is a guy that's going to do it right, going to read the run play properly, and then make a play in the secondary once he breaks. There's all aspects, part of the running back position. They got to be able to pass block, and they got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. So all those aspects are going to be evaluated, and it's going to be a great competition this month.
Like you said, there is sort of early indications. Are you guys looking for a clear-cut starter, or is it going to be more of a running back?
Well, if somebody really emerges, that's true at every position. We're going to play the best players. But most of the time, each of these guys have a role. And if you can define that role for each guy and get everybody involved, that's best for the team.
So just to clarify, you want to have a backup quarterback settled by the end of the spring. That would be the ideal.
Well, that's up to them.
Yeah.
That's up to them.
In your perfect world.
Yeah, it would be great if somebody emerges, but it may not be the case. But everything will be evaluated, and certainly you want things in place that way, but the competition certainly could extend into training camp.